friends. This is Stella, your person. Now, today, I just want to tell you a story. This story I got from one of my alumni friends. You'll be surprised if I told you that I have 7 alumni groups, all of them on WhatsApp. And this 7 is actually where I schooled. Yes, I'm sure some of you are saying, wow, you mean, how come? Well, before I tell you the story, I'll tell you this very quickly. Now, when I did, we're not talking about primary school. No. I can't even remember most of my schoolmates. When I did my Form 4, my Standard 8, of course, I went to high school. And that is where my first alumni group starts, the secondary school. After which, of course, I had to find a way to go and do something with my life. So then I joined college. That is the second alumni group, 4 years. Then I was so unfortunate when I came. I wanted to start something. I thought, oh, I'm so, now, I have a degree. I thought that I'd just get a job like, Then, too bad, it wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. I couldn't get anywhere. So then I said, okay, let me go quickly and do some professional course that could, earn me some better grade in order for me to be relevant. So I went and did a 2-year course. That makes it the 3rd now. Then I started working. Then after some time, I felt it wasn't good enough. So I ran back to school. I was bored with life. I had to go to school. So then I went and did my second degree. I was like, okay, now I can talk, I can relate, I can compete equitably. We always talk about competition. Let me tell you, it's not like we want to. And it's not like we even know that's what's happening. You just find yourself doing it. Then you hear people saying, why should you compete with people? Why should you compare yourself? My friend, sometimes you have to compare yourself or otherwise you won't go far. So that is how I went and did my other degree. Then after some time, of course, I saw everybody else going back to books. And then I said, what do I have to waste? Let me do another. And I went back and I did. That is how I find my 5th group. Then after some time, I was told that if you are not a professional, you cannot get anything to do with a management issue or what have you. So I had to do a management course to be professional, because every other interview, you are asked whether you belong to any professional body. I don't know whether you have ever been asked that. So I had to go back and do another one. Those are my 7 groups. So with this story, I just want to be very brief, very brief. Of course, I talk so much, but just assume that I'm going to be very brief. So please bear with me. Now, it is sad and it's also, there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is an old guy who's around 58 and above. So he just reached a point, he became so depressed. He told his wife he can't do anything. He didn't want to go anywhere, do anything or what. He felt life was so unfair. He was feeling so frustrated. He couldn't even want to go anywhere. He didn't want to go to work. He didn't want to do anything. He was just certain, just in bed. I don't want to do anything now. I think life is so unfair. I'm so unfortunate. My things are not working. I want a lot of money I can't have. I want to drive a good car. I'm not able to. There are mouths to feed. There is what to give. Everything is looking up to me and I'm not able to. I feel so frustrated. I'm so sorry. I can't do anything. Then the wife said to him, okay, now we have to go to hospital. Otherwise this depression is going to kill you. And it does kill. Trust you me. When you see somebody going through a depression, you better see a doctor. Take him to a doctor or her and let somebody talk to that person. It's so bad. So the wife went and met her family doctor and said, you see now my husband is so depressed. He really needs help. He needs somebody to talk to. Please just do something, otherwise I'm gonna lose him if he continues like this. So the doctor said, okay. He booked an appointment and asked him to come. Then the man went there and explained his problems, oh blah blah, oh blah blah, oh blah blah. Then he said, oh, just that? Yes. So it's because you don't have enough money, you want to buy this, you can't, you want to have this, you can't, you want to go where you can't, so you feel like everything is, or even life is so unfair to you. It's only you suffering, other people are really rich, they are going places and you can't. Then he said, okay, now the doctor asked him, which school did you do your high school studies? Then the man said, okay, he mentioned some school. And then he said, do you know any of your high school mates? Then he said, yes, I know them, but I can't remember them by head, I can't remember all of them. Now, this is your first assignment. You will go back to that school where you did your high school and get the school register for those years that you were studying there. Check and write down the number of people that you were in the same class with. After which, then you will get to know where each one of them is. After which you come back here and we continue your treatment. So the man did exactly that. He went back to high school, he asked, thank God, he got the register and he was able to find 120 names. And then he started his first mission, going around and asking who's where, who did what. Now, as he was going around, he was not able to find all of them, the 120. He only managed to find like about 70, 80. So, out of these 70, 80, about 20 were unfortunately dead. They had already passed on to the next life. Another 15 were very poor, very, very poor, that they had nobody even to relate with, very poor. And you know what I mean when I talk about poverty. They were really poverty-stricken. Many kids to feed and all that. That is 15. Then another like 20 were farmers in the village, trying to struggle with life. Another 10 were widowed or widower. So they were single. And others had never been married. They have never been lucky in marriage. So they were there struggling with themselves. The most unfortunate was the remaining were struggling with either this disease or the other. Some were diabetic, some were asthmatic, some had cancer. They were waiting to die in their last days in bed. Some were just suffering in so many different ways. Some had no legs, some had no hands, some had gone blind with time, some had lost hearing. They had all types of problems. So when he finished with this, he was like, oh my God, oh God, I am the most unfortunate person on this earth. I am not sick, I don't have any diseases, I have my wife who loves me so much, my children are working so hard, however much money we don't have, but at least we are okay. So why am I even in this depression? He ran back, went to the doctor and said, Doctor, I'm not sick anymore. I'm not depressed. I'm very, very, very okay. I'm going home to enjoy my life with my wife and kids. Now, the moral of this story, my friends, is that don't always read the book by its cover, thinking that everything that glitters is gold. Don't just look at me smiling, talking to you, laughing and blah, blah, and you think that you start admiring my life and thinking that I had it all. We have skeletons, only that we have not exposed them to you. Everybody has a face, and we are all going through this phase. Be happy when you can. Enjoy your time. Thank God for everything, good or bad. At least you are alive. I hope you've gotten something from this story. All the best. See you next time. Yours faithfully, Estella.